Welcome to SMU!
I'm Ian. I'm double majoring with mechanical engineering and physics, and I'm a senior.
My name is Abby. I'm double majoring in math and biology on the pre-health track, and I'm also a senior. We're so excited to show you around SMU today. Let's check out the Boulevard.
The beautiful green stretch of grass behind me is called the Boulevard. It is kind of the official entrance into SMU, and it hosts one of our favorite traditions during the year. Every football game day, we have a celebration called Boulevarding, and that is our substitute for tailgating. What that looks like is there's tables, food, tents, and fun all up and down that big green stretch of grass, and people are just having fun and having a good time before the football game starts. 2 hours before the football game starts, the band, I'm in the band, will line up at the top of the boulevard near the flagpole and parade the football players all the way down to the stadium to make sure they're pumped up and the crowd is pumped up and ready for the football game to begin.
Welcome to the Learning Enhancement Center. This is a great free resource for students which has tutoring for almost all subjects across campus. The tutors are students and professors here at the university willing to help you for your success. This is also home to the DAS office, which is the Disability Accommodation and Success Strategies. So if there's any time that you need help or accommodations here on campus, feel free to come on to the Learning Enhancement Center.
Hey y'all, we're here in Ford Stadium, which is where our football team plays all of their home games. Every time they score a touchdown, our live mascot, Peruna, runs diagonally across the field as the band plays the fight song. And every time they win a game, as well as basketball or any of our other Division I sports teams, that golden dome behind me lights up in red. Along with that, every SMU student gets free admission to all sports events that happen on campus at home. And so it's a great time to experience the SMU sports community and to cheer on the Mustangs.
Welcome to the Deadman Recreation Center. This is our main gym on campus that is home to all the cardio and weight equipment you could ever need. There are many basketball courts that can be turned into volleyball and badminton courts. We have racquetball courts lining the second and the third floor, as well as a 1/6 inside track on our top floor. This is the home to all of our intramural sports, as well as our club sports here on campus that range from flag football, swimming, and tennis. We have an indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool heated for your convenience, as well as outside sand volleyball courts and a tanning pool. This is a great place to de-stress after class, maybe take a group fitness class with your friends, as well as you can rent out any equipment needed for the tennis courts across the street or a soccer ball for the field next door.
Hey y'all, we're standing in a residential commons quad right now. I say residential commons because that is the living system that SMU has. What that means is that we function like Hogwarts, but instead of 4 houses, we have 11. Every one of those commons has their own traditions, crest, RCD, and FIR. A FIR is a faculty in residence, which is a faculty member or dean at SMU who chooses to live in the commons with the students, and so they're a resource constantly available to the students when they're not performing their faculty responsibilities. An RCD is a residential community director, and their entire responsibility to the university is to make sure your time here is awesome. That's their whole job. And so they work with the students and they work with the Commons Council to make sure they're putting on events and doing things around the year that help promote a positive environment for the students living there and the students across campus. Every Commons has a weekly and an annual tradition. Real quick example of a weekly tradition that I love. I live in Crum Commons, and my FIR was Dean Camp and an international admissions dean for the law school here. And every week he would find something new to cook up, and he would make it and invite the entire Commons over. He would also bring someone to speak every week. And so it could be the student body president, it could be the vice president of student affairs, or one of his sons that's a lawyer, or his other son that's in a band. And so it's a great time to fill your bellies with good food and have great discussion. When you come to SMU, there is a 2-year live-on requirement. That means as a freshman and sophomore, you are required to live on campus for 2 years. But I've never heard any complaints because people have a really great time due to those RCDs and FIRs and just all the events that help you have a great experience in the residential commons.
Welcome everybody to one of our 2 dining halls. This is Arnold Dining Hall here on campus. This is a great spot to come for lunch or dinner. As a resident here, you have ultimate access. You can go in from 0 to 99 times a day. We have fun stations here like Tex-Mex, Mongolian stir-fry, it's my personal favorite. We also have salad bars, healthy eating, ice cream, treats, pizza, anything you can think of. This is a great spot. And if you have any dietary restrictions, we do have a full-time dietitian on our staff. You can go ahead and set up a meeting with her and she can discuss plan for you to eat and any accommodations such as a gluten-free kitchen access that you might need.
Hey y'all, we're here at the Blanton building and there are a lot of student services that are packed within these walls, so I'm gonna build it for you from the ground up. On the first floor, we have the registrar, bursar, and financial aid office. The financial aid office is where you work with your financial aid officer if you qualify for FAFSA or you have scholarships that you have to matriculate into the university. On the second floor, we have the undergraduate admissions office and the international center. In the admissions office, you have an admissions counselor that is assigned to you depending on where you're from, and those people can help answer any questions you have before you actually are admitted to the university. Going to the International Center, that is where we help international students adjust to life at an American university, as well as where students can go see if they can study abroad in Mongolia or South America or Europe. And so we have 100+ study abroad programs, so if you're looking for something to study abroad while you're in college at SMU, we probably have a program for you. On the third floor, we have our SMU in Taos office, and that's where we manage our Taos, New Mexico campus, which is basically double the size of our Dallas campus, but it's absolutely beautiful. You can take classes to get credits out of the way or take like hiking or skiing out there, but it's just a great place to explore yet another opportunity to study outside of our main campus. And on the fourth floor, we have academic advising. So when you're a student here, before you officially declare your major, you have an academic advisor that helps you make sure that your 4-year degree plan is laid out all right, and every semester they help you get the classes that you need for the next semester. And that's a little bit about the Blanton building.
Welcome. I am standing in one of the academic quads we have here at SMU. We have 5 schools at our university. We have the Deadman School of Humanities and Sciences, we have the Lyle School of Engineering, the Cox Business School, we have the Meadow School of the Arts, as well as the Simmons School of Education and Human Development. We have over 100 major and minor combinations to choose from. You're welcome to double major, triple major, as well as add as many minors as you would like. We have opportunities for tracks as well. We have a pre-health track and pre-law track that allow you to complete those requirements for graduate school, but you get to study whatever you would like. Feel free to go on our website to explore your area of interest or learn more information about what each school has to offer.
I'm in the basement of the Hughes Trigg Student Center right now. This room is called the Varsity, which takes its name right after our alma mater, Varsity. And it's right across the way from a full-service Chick-fil-A that we have, which is very popular among the student body. And so the Varsity is a great place to bring that Chick-fil-A over, have lunch with a friend, stuff like that. And then on the second floor of Hughes Trigg, we have a few really cool places such as the Mail Center and the Market. The Mail Center, when you live here on campus during your first 2 years, is where your personal P.O. box will be. And so you will get your own P.O. box and you can send and receive packages to and from that location. Across from the Mail Center, we have the Market, which is kind of like a 7-Eleven on campus. It has stationery, lots and lots of snacks. There's a popsicle bar in there, sushi bar. And so it's just a really great place, kind of a one-stop shop for you to get anything you might need in between classes or before a study session. We also have the Heggie Career Center, which is where you can get your resume beefed up and make sure it looks good for whatever position that you're applying for on or off campus. And so they are a fantastic resource that can help you look really good to the companies that you're applying for. On the third floor, we have a lot of the student affairs offices and student organization offices as well. And so we have the Office of the Student Experience, they handle orientation, the Dean of Students office, and then many student organizations have office spaces that have their meetings and plan large events up there. And so it's a really great place to get involved and just experience more and more of the SMU community. So that's a little bit about the Hughes Trigg Student Center.
Welcome everybody, this is Fondren Library. This is one of 7 libraries that we have here on campus. This is actually deemed the most social library, which is kind of funny for a library, but that's because we have a full service Starbucks downstairs along with very open collaborative spaces. How this library works is that it gets quieter as you go up floors. So like I said, the first place, very open. If you're working with groups, if you want to grab a coffee before class, chat with the professor. But as you get to the 4th floor, it's completely silent. The 4th floor is absolutely wonderful. It has floor-to-ceiling windows where you can look out on the Dallas skyline, especially at night. It all lights up. Like I said, there are many libraries on campus, and some are tied to specific schools, like the engineering library and the business library. And it's really nice to have such a lot of study spaces, because during finals week, when libraries get a little cramped, maybe your favorite study spot gets taken, you can go out and explore a new library and a new space to study. We actually have a library on our campus in Taos, New Mexico as well. We also have a great librarian program here. They do a lot of workshops on how to properly cite, how to use the research databases if you have a project. They also do programming during finals weeks, such as Pause for a Break, it's my favorite one, PAWS, and they bring in service dogs and puppies to come play for a couple hours so you can get a good stress relief during studying, as they know it's pretty taxing. As a pre-health major, I spent a lot of time here, and I've come to love Fondren and call it my home away from home.
Hey y'all, right now we're in Dallas Hall, which is the oldest building on SMU's campus. It was built in 1911, but classes began in 1915. And at the beginning, it was everything. The dorms, the classrooms, the dining halls, the offices, and there was even an apartment in the top of the dome for the university president to live in. When you walk into Dallas Hall, we have a beautiful golden seal that you see immediately. And there's a small superstition that we have around it where we say, if you step on that seal before you graduate, you won't graduate in 4 years. You have a few other options if you happen to step on it before you graduate, but we can talk about those later. Moving on to more of Dallas Hall, there's kind of an unspoken tradition that everybody takes at least one class here before you graduate. And it kind of just happens that way, since today it's just a huge conglomeration of different types of classes that are held in the classrooms here. But going back to the seal, there are a couple traditions to support our superstition. One is called Rotunda Passage. That is where all the incoming students of SMU line up at the back of Dallas Hall, and there's a few people guarding the seals to make sure people don't step on it, and you enter through the back of Dallas Hall and exit around the seal through the front, which signifies your entrance into the SMU community. The exact opposite happens when you graduate, and that's called Rotunda Recessional. What happens there is that every graduating student at SMU walks through the front of Dallas Hall, no one's guarding the seal, and so you can do whatever you want. You can walk, jump, dance, pogo stick, whatever you want. And as you exit the back of Dallas Hall, that signifies your entrance into the world as an SMU alum.
All right, everybody, I am standing outside the Dr. Bob Smith Health Center. This is a great resource for all students. We have full-fledged physicians as well as specialty physicians. We have dental services as well as psychiatric counseling. We also have a full-fledged pharmacy where you can fill all your prescriptions. What's really great is we also offer seasonal flu shots free of charge to all students and faculty on our campus. If needed, this is absolutely a great place to come for any health needs at your time at SMU. Thanks for coming on our tour with us today. I hope you enjoyed seeing our beautiful campus.
And if you want to find out more, feel free to explore our admissions website. That's all for today.
Pony up!